I'm Bill Babcock, and I'm at the Balch Creek Canyon at Macleay Park and at junction Wildwood Trail and Lloyd Macleay Trail, right next to Witch's Castle. How did Witch's Castle get known to do that? And so I'll give you a little bit over on that now. Okay, this is the side view here. This is right off of the Wildwood Trail. This is the structure of it. You can see what this looks like here. And how it's got named. And here, they used to say about Balch family that was hung for the murder, and they claimed the ghosts would be hanging on a tree here. Some people claim that. That's an old urban legend. So there's different urban legends on this witch's castle here. A common one is that it was a stagecoach inn about in the 1800s, and they think and maybe it was tied to Mrs. Balch, and that's probably how it got named as Balch Creek or Balch Canyon, and of course there isn't no road here. All there is just the trails, so that can't be right. So I say that's not possible here. If it was a road for a stagecoach, it'd more likely be up on the Canal Road here. So there may be a stagecoach up on the Canal Road before it was a regular road, or maybe it was a stagecoach junction or someplace around Auburn site area, so it's possible there. There's another rumor here. There's a place the building was here from 16th century. That's another rumor. So this could not be here. After all, it was built in the 1920s, and then search here, and it said it was a public restroom, and maybe ranger station. That could be at lower here. I guess this upper part is public restroom, but it was destroyed in a Columbus Day storm back in 1962, and then it was abandoned after that. And well, Columbus Day storm was like hurricane force wind. I went through that too when I was young, and it's really one of those we call bomb cyclone. That's what they call it when it comes all suddenly, and that was what we had here at that time. Okay, this is the stairways that goes up, and an archway or doorway here. I'm gonna go up here a bit here. And there's an archway. You might see the spirits around the archway. This is the end here. Well, this is where the Balch Creek is, and we're in the Balch Creek Canyon. This is another archway. So the room probably is right in the tube. I'll go down this stairway. Now this is the Balch Creek here. And now this is the junction of Lower Macleay Trail and Wildwood Trail. You might even call it Ghostward Junction. And I'll get more details in a moment. Now I got home from a hike here, and now I'm going to give you a little bit of history about the Balch family and the hauntings there, the hauntings here. We did a little bit from trips here. Forrest Park in Portland, Oregon. Most notably, the area around Balch Creek has some interesting history behind it, as well as playing host to one of the area's most famous haunted places. In 1850, Danford Balch filed a land claim on this portion of land near what was then the fledgling settlement of Portland. Danford land was large enough that he needed help and others to clear it. He hired a transit worker named Mortimer Stump, who was from Vancouver. Balch allowed him to stay with him and his family, which consisted of his wife, Mary Jane, and 9 children. Mortimer was with the family so long that one thing led to another, and he fell in love with Danford's 15-year-old daughter, Anna. Mortimer asked for permission to marry Anna, but her parents refused. The couple threatened to elope. The Danford exclaimed that if they did, he would kill Mortimer. Well, young lovers did not heed the warning, and Mortimer ran off to Vancouver with Anna in November of 1858, where they were married. This sparked a feud between Balch and Stump family. A few weeks later, Mortimer, Anna, and some other members of the Stump family returned to Portland for some supplies and encountered Danford. Having been nagged and tormented by Mary Jane to make good on his promise, Danford later claimed that his wife bewitched him into carrying out his threat to kill Mortimer and return their daughter to the family. In a drunken stupor, Danford pulled a shotgun and shot Mortimer in the head. Danford Balch was promptly arrested. However, the deteriorated condition of the wooden prison allowed him to later escape while awaiting trial. He hid out on his own property and was again found and arrested some 6 months later. Danford Balch was put on a trial and convicted for the murder of the Mortimer and was hanged to death on October 17, 1859. This was the first legal hanging that occurred in the newly formed Oregon Territory. Mary Jane continued to live at the Balch cabin, but Danford's request divided up the land among her children. It is said that strange occurrences occurred in the area. Plasma orbs have been photographed in some area. Some say that when you visit this area around midnight, mirror apparitions can be seen in the area and it appears as if they are in some sort of battle or war against each other. It is believed that these may be the ghosts of Danford, Mortimer, Anna, and Mary Jane returning from the hereafter. Perhaps these are indeed the spirits of the Balch and Stump families carrying out the ghostly feud through all times. Well, it sounds like they're earthbound. That's what it sounds like, and we're gonna say now that I have hiked so many times around and by here, and then I was looking around in there. That little room on the right seemed to be where the activity is at. It has I'd say vibration was bad enough. I didn't even walk into that room. So there may be some possibility here. And then now I'll tell you about some rumors you might see on old urban legends, what they claim. One of the claims you probably see it on website when you Google. You see all kinds of things. Like now you see one that said it was from the 16th century, and I guess they call it Witch's Castle because the archway was a design and what it was, and they claim it was 16th century, and that's what it was. But it couldn't have been built that time, and so this is old stone house, I call it now, from a park is probably about built 350 years after that, at least. Now, the other one is called it Stagecoach Junction in the 1800s, and when they think it was tied in with these families, but the stagecoach cannot travel on trails, and so therefore, so if it's a stagecoach junction somewhere in the area, it's more likely would be on Cornell Road somewhere, which is now called Cornell Road. So that could be in the stagecoach path down that way. So there's a possibility there. That's only a possibility. Okay, the first photo is the Witch's Castle, and it shows a spirit photography, which is known to happen. And if you look at the top archway on the here doorway there, you might see little faces here, and it looks like it could be possibly some kind of dress going down in there. And then you might see a ghost figure on the maybe towards the top right, and you may see some around here. So now I got another photo, which was the stone house before it was destroyed come this day storm, which was called Macleay Park Shelter. That would have been like the restroom and ranger station, and that was the only photo I found in there. It's got a little watermark on there, black and white, and it probably was taken at that time. But I haven't found any others by Google search here. So if anybody, anyone has an old photo, and maybe you could share this and get some more on there, I think it'd be great. And if you find any know around, please comment me on that. And so now I'm going to think about end of it, and there'll be links down below here on description here on about this Witch's Castle. Some links in here. So that should be it, and that's about it. And God bless.